What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Crew 2, and in this video I'm going to revisit the Volkswagen Kombi High School Edition. If you guys do want to pick this thing up, all you will have to do is head over to the HQ. Now, it is kind of insane they actually brought this truck back, considering it's been like over 2 years since we've seen it, and honestly with Motorfest coming back around, it would be kind of cool to have this thing, and I really do think it's going to be one of the most unique looking monster trucks in the Crew 2. Now, it is obviously going to be painted like a small bus, hence like the stop signs on the side, and also the big school bus sign in the front there as well. And obviously, the side says no children. I really don't think that would be a safe way to get to school, but then again, I would say a lot of people back in the day most likely used a truck like this to get to school. Maybe. And you can actually see like the interior of this vehicle as well, which is pretty cool. So at least they do have that going for it. And I did actually throw like a little piece of luggage on the top because, well, it really does not even look right on there. But when it comes to the overall speed of the Kombi though, guys, this thing really does have one big advantage over it when compared to the other monster trucks. So yes, it is going to look pretty dang unique in a lot of aspects, but one pretty cool thing, guys, is the Kombi is going to be the fastest monster truck in the Crew 2. It has a top speed of around 177 miles per hour, and also like 176, at least depending on where you are on the road. And then obviously going down bigger hills, I noticed this truck can hit well over 180, which is definitely going to be a pretty big advantage depending on what you guys might be doing with it. And at first, when looking at the Kombi, you guys most likely were probably like, well, this thing is only doing 176, where like the Abarth does 167. And to be honest, that extra 10 miles per hour really is going to make a huge difference. I really do think having that extra speed is actually going to be insanely helpful. Now, of course, guys, this thing is going to be insanely fast, but even though this truck is going to have some advantages with that, it's also going to have one big disadvantage. When you guys are actually in third person mode, you probably notice you really can't see anything from this, and that's going to be due to the fact that the power the truck is putting out, at least this is the way I would like to think about it, this thing is obviously lifting up from the front so much that you can barely see what's in front of it, and to be honest, this can be pretty dang annoying in certain areas, especially depending on what you're doing. If you guys are doing certain races and or doing like a certain objective, you most likely won't be able to see what's in front of you, which, don't get me wrong, is not going to be the funnest experience because for one, you can't even see a tree, and I was even noticing at certain times you also can't even see the AI in front of you. Like, for example, if you guys do the Wreck and Havoc race down in Miami, which, by the way, if you are trying to grind out parts for the monster trucks, this is the one I definitely recommend doing. It's kind of hilarious because if you guys do drive the Kombi, you literally can't even see the AI in front of you. I was actually having issues getting by them in the beginning because I could not see them. Once you guys are in front though, the biggest thing is obviously watching out for like little like trees or like pieces of debris that the truck can get stuck on, but again, the biggest solution to this is most likely going to be in first person mode, and I did notice driving this thing in first person mode is not going to be the funnest thing either. So I guess the Kombi really is going to be kind of selective because yes, it is going to have the advantage of the fastest monster truck. It's also going to have one of the biggest disadvantages in the fact that you can't see when you're driving it. I also really don't know why, guys, because this monster truck does lift more than the others. I noticed the front end on this thing really does come up a lot, so that is definitely going to be something to think about, but I would probably say a lot of these vehicles are really worth going after because that way you don't have to buy them in the Crew Motorfest, and I really do think having something like the Kombi on there would be a good thing to have as well. For one, at least you would have a good fast monster truck you can grind parts for, and that way you can also go after some sets and all that to be ready for summits in the future. But overall though, guys, I really do think the Kombi is going to be worth going after. Now, I would say most players probably did pick this thing up because of the summit. I would definitely recommend trying this thing out. Of course, it is going to be hard to see in third person, but I guess that's going to be one thing to look after. Now, would I pick this monster truck over the others? To be honest, I would still say my biggest choice is by far the Ford Mustang GT. I really do love the way that thing does feel when racing, plus you can also do the flips with it as well. I really don't think the Kombi is going to be like the best truck in the class, but at least it is going to be the fastest one with its overall speed, so on some of the bigger events, at least you will have an advantage. I would like to know your thoughts on this thing in the comments below, and do you guys plan to use it a bit more often in the future? And even with the Kombi having the highest top speed, guys, it's still going to suffer, especially when it does come to that visibility. Even though the Kombi does have the highest top speed in this class, guys, I really do think that visibility is going to suffer, and that's probably going to be one of the biggest reasons why many players don't run it. But I would like to know your thoughts once again on this truck in the comments below, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more insight.